Hi first graders, we are going to jump into lesson 4 of GoMath today. For this lesson you are going to need a pencil and also your GoMath book. Once you have these two items, then we can get started. So this is our I can statement for lesson 4. It says, I can solve word problems by making a model. And this model here in the picture is an awesome tool that we can use to help us add. All right, let's go ahead and open up our math books to page 25. At the top of page 25, it says problem solving, model addition. We also have a word problem at the top. This word problem is about a girl named Hannah. And our friend Hannah has some flowers. So let's read about Hannah and her flowers. Hannah has 4 red flowers in a vase. She puts 2 more flowers in the vase. How many flowers are in the vase? How can you use a model to find out? We are going to unlock the problem. Here's how we're going to do that. We are going to answer this question here to help us solve the problem. The question says, what do I need to find? Well, we are trying to find out the answer to this question. The question says, how many flowers are in the vase? That means we need to find the flowers that Hannah has. So go ahead and take your pencil and let's trace the word flowers. Lowercase f, lowercase l, lowercase o, lowercase w, lowercase e, lowercase r, and a lowercase s. After you finish tracing, we're going to look at the next question, which is also going to help us unlock the problem. This question says, what information do I need to use? Well, if we look back in our problem, we can see that they gave us 2 numbers that are going to help us solve the problem. So we are going to use the number 4, which represents the red flowers, and the number 2, which represents the flowers that she puts into the vase. So we have 4 red flowers. So go ahead and trace that number 4. And Hannah also puts 2 more flowers into the vase. So let's go ahead and trace the number 2. Next, we're going to look at the bottom of our box to help us unlock the problem even more. It says, show how to solve the problem. Well, we have our fancy bar model here, and our bar model is going to help us solve the problem. Notice that the bar model has 2 parts. How do we know the bar model shows 2 parts? Well, if you look at the shape, there are 2 boxes inside of the model. Each box has a number inside. One part of our model says 4. The other part of our model says 2. I wonder where these numbers came from. If we look back in our problem, we will see that Hannah has 4 red flowers. That means this part of the model represents the 4 red flowers that she has. So go ahead and trace that number 4 inside of the model. We also have a number 2. I wonder where the number 2 came from. Again, if we look back in the problem, we'll notice the number 2 here. And it says she puts 2 more flowers in the vase. That means this 2 in our model represents the two flowers that she adds to the vase. So let's go ahead and trace the number 2. 2 represents 2 more flowers. Now that we know both parts in our bar model, let's look at the bottom. Below the bar model is a different number. When we are using bar models, the number on the bottom is the sum or the whole of the model. Our sum is 6. We can add these two parts, 4 and 2, to get the sum. So what is the sum? The sum is 6. Now we can complete our addition sentence. 4 plus 2 equals 6. So now we know that Hannah has 6 flowers in the vase. So again, I'll say that one more time. Hannah has 6 flowers in the vase. Say that with me. Hannah has 6 flowers in the vase. Let's turn to page 26. At the top, it says, try another problem. The directions say, read the problem. Use the bar model to solve. Complete the model and the number sentence. Number 1 says this. There are 7 dogs in the park. Then 1 more dog joins them. How many dogs are in the park now? So let's first start out by asking ourselves, what do we need to find? We need to find the number of dogs in the park. We know that because the question says, how many dogs are in the park now? So we need to find the number of dogs in the park. Now here's a new question. What information do we already know? Well, we already know that there are 7 dogs in the park. We know that because the problem tells us there are 7 dogs. We also know that 1 more dog joins them, which it tells us in the problem as well. Now we need to go ahead and look at our model. Our model, remember, shows us parts and the whole. Shows us one part which has 7, and it shows us the other part which has 1. What do we need to find? We need to find the whole, or the sum underneath. How can we find the whole? We can add the parts to find the whole. Let's add one part, which is 7, and the other part, which is 1. We can do that by using our addition sentence. 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1 is what number? 7 plus 1 equals 8. Now let's try number 2. Number 2 says, some birds are sitting in the tree. 4 more birds sit in the tree. Then there are 9 birds. How many birds were in the tree before? Well, let's think. What do we need to find? If we look at our problem, we need to find the answer to this question. How many birds were in the tree before? we need to find the number of birds that were in the tree before. What information do we already know? We already know that there are 4 more birds that come and sit in the tree. We also know that the sum or the whole is 9 birds at the end of our math story. So now we just need to find our missing part in our model. We need to find how many birds were in the tree before. So let's think. We need to find a number that we can add 4 more to make 9. So use your fingers and add. If you're starting with 4, how many more do we need to count up to get to 9? I'll give you a moment to count up. How many more do we need to get to 9? If you said 5, then you're right. We need 5 more to get to 9. That means that our missing part is 5. Now we can fill out our addition sentence. 5 plus 4 equals 9. That means that there were 5 birds in the tree before. All right, let's take a look at number 3. I'm going to read number 3 to you, but then you're going to try it on your own. Number 3 says, there are 4 horses in the field. Some more horses run to the field. Now there are 10 horses in the field. How many more horses run to the field? Well, you are going to ask yourself these 2 questions before you start. The first question you're going to ask yourself is this: what information do we need to find? Then you're going to ask yourself, what information do we already know? Go ahead and try number 3 on your own, and then when you're finished, we'll check back in. So now that you've had some time to solve number 3 on your own, let's see how you did. So remember the question was, how many horses run to the field? So we need to find out the number of horses that run to the fields. So that is our missing part. What we already know is how many horses were already in the field, which was 4. There are 4 horses in the field. We also know how many horses there are in all. We know the sum or the whole is 10. There are 10 horses in all. We're just missing this part of our model. This missing part is the number of horses that run to the field. So if you're counting on your fingers, you'll show the number 4 on your fingers. We need to figure out how many more we need to make 10. So once you counted up from 4, you would have found out that we need 6 more horses to make 10. That means your addition sentence will say 4 plus 6 equals 10. Readers, remember to take a picture of your page and upload it onto Seesaw so that Miss Rodriguez and I can see what a great job you all did. Until next time, first graders, I'll see you later. Bye.